Lesson 14.6, Dividing Polynomials. Dividing Polynomials is the title of this because we really are dividing polynomials, but we are just going to stick with dividing by a monomial. When you move on farther in math, you will be dividing by binomials and so on, but we're just going to stick with dividing by a monomial. So over on the right there it says write every term from the polynomial, that means whatever's in the first or the top polynomial, over the monomial, then reduce what you can. So I want you to be aware these problems can be written two different ways. Example 1, it's written with an actual division sign, so we're taking the polynomial 4r to the second minus 12r, and we're dividing it by 2r. So when that happens, this is what you should do. You're going to write 4r squared over 2r. You use the same signs that are in that original polynomial. So I'm going to put a minus in between, and then I'm going to put 12r over 2r. And what you should do is reduce every part that you can. So 4r squared over 2r, first of all, the 4 and the 2 can cancel out a 2 and become a 2 and a 1. And then if you look, you have 2 r's on the top and 1 r on the bottom. So I can cancel that 1 on the bottom, and then that would make my r squared become what? R to the 1 instead. So that first term, do you see how everything fell out of the bottom? There's nothing left there. The first term would then reduce to 2r. We're going to keep that sign, minus. And 12r over 2r. Well, we reduce that, so 12 and 2 become a 6 and a 1. And there's an r on the top and r on the bottom. What do you think we're going to do with that? Cancel that out completely. And then we're left with just 6 over 1, or you would just write 6. 2r minus 6. Now we're going to look at example 2. I'm going to go ahead and move this up just a little bit. There we go. These problems are written just slightly differently. They're written with a fraction bar, which is also a division. So I have 16x squared minus 8x plus 4, and I'm dividing it by 4x. You still do the same thing no matter how the problem is given to you at the beginning. So what you're probably going to do from your computer to your paper, I wouldn't write what's there originally. I would go ahead and set it up just like this. You would write for this one 16x to the second over 4x minus 8x over 4x plus 4 over 4x. So write every term over what you're dividing by, in this case 4x, and you reduce each one, and whatever's left is what you put in your answer. Even though some of them may look strange. This one might look a little strange to you when we get done. So start with the first set. We have 16x squared over 4x. So I can cancel the 16 and the 4 to become a 4 and a 1. I divided both those by 4. I have 2 x's on the top and 1 on the bottom. How many can I cancel out? 1. So this one's gone completely on the bottom, and x squared just becomes an x. So this is 4x over 1. I'm just going to write 4x. Minus, now I look 8x over 4x. Well, the 8 and the 4, I can divide out 4 again. and becomes 2 and 1. I have an x on the top and the bottom, so they just cancel each other out completely. So my middle term is 2 over 1, or we'll just write 2. Then plus, okay, 4 over 4x. So as far as the 4's are concerned, the 4's cancel and become 1's. There's no x on the top to cancel with the x on the bottom, so it has to stay there. You can't leave the top of a fraction blank, so I've got to put that 1 up there over x. And the final answer on this problem is 4x minus 2 plus 1 over x. I said the answer might look strange. This one does, and that's what you do. One more example. This one has a few more things involved. So 3c squared d to the third minus 6c d to the second plus 12c to the third d, and that is over 3cd. Okay, so just like all the others, you take each term in the top and write it over that monomial. So 3c squared d cubed over 3cd minus 6cd squared over 3cd plus 12c cubed d over 3cd. So you start out every time by taking every term in the polynomial and write it over the monomial. Then you go to each set and you cancel out anything that's common from top to bottom. So let's start with this first term. I have a 3 on the top and a 3 on the bottom. Well, those just cancel out and become 1's. I have 2 c's on the top and 1 c on the bottom. How many can I cancel out? 1. So this one's gone completely, and the c squared becomes c to the first. I have 3 d's on the top and 1 d on the bottom. How many can I cancel? Just this one. So my d to the third really becomes d to the second. So that the 1's or the 3's are gone, the numbers are just become 1's. So I have c d to the second over 1, but I'm not going to write that 1 on the bottom. So the first term is just c times d to the second minus my 6 and 3. I can cancel out a 3, so it becomes a 2 and a 1. I've got a c on top and a c on the bottom. They just cancel out completely. 2 d's on top and 1 d on the bottom. So this one is gone completely, and d squared becomes d to the first. So I'm left with 2d. I don't write the 1 on the bottom. Then I put plus 12 on top and 3 on the bottom. I can divide out a 3, so this becomes 4 and this becomes 1. I have 3 c's on the top and 1 c on the bottom. How many am I canceling out? So this one's gone completely, and my c to the third becomes what? Second. 1 d on top and 1 d on the bottom cancel out. So I would write 4c to the second. Nothing's left on the bottom but I 1, so I don't write it. If there's something left on the bottom like that one, well, then you have to write it there. But most of them, they canceled out. Are there any questions?